You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Wednesday the 5th of November 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And yeah, the stuff I planned to do today, I didn't do. I did something else instead, which was as important, but I didn't get any writing done. So my alarm call was at 4:10 a.m. local time in Barcelona, which according to my body clock was 3:10 a.m. because of course they're an hour ahead of us. So yeah, that was fun. So my alarm call was basically at 3:10 in the morning. Flew back to Heathrow, which was fine. A nice flight, actually enjoyed it, quite full. And then I did some bits and pieces. I collected. Oh, I can't really talk about that. I did some stuff for a friend that needed doing, and then I drove home. And because of the way I had to drive, I had to come by the M1 instead of the M40. And there's a friend who I kind of gave him some feedback that he didn't like about some things he said, and obviously he didn't like it, and we haven't spoken since. And I'd been meaning to go and see him or send him a message for absolutely ages, and I don't know why I didn't. And today, as I was driving past, it was like, right, go and bury the hatchet, either sort it out or, so I did, and we talked. In fact, I was there for a few hours and we ordered some dreadful food in and it was nice. So, yes, I've made up with someone that I haven't spoken to for a few months. Because one thing I've discovered recently is how important friends are. And I've got some really good friends, and there are other people that could be really good friends if I made the effort. So with that particular person, I felt that it was as much beholden upon me to make the effort as it was him, and I decided to be the bigger person and do that, which was great. But what it did mean is I didn't get home till about 5 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock I had a writing group thing with the Daventry writers. So basically, that was fun. We did some writing exercises, all of which were quite good fun, all themed around obviously bonfire night and this sort of time of year and November the 5th. And then after that, we went to the pub, because we tend to, and it was nice, and got some really good feedback. One of the people in the group has finally read Still Life. They've had it for quite a while, but they finally read it and actually really liked it, and were able to talk confidently about which bits they liked. There's one or two things they didn't like, but in the main, it was very, very positive. So that's good. But I didn't get any further writing done, but that's fine because, of course, I've done my 2 days of work, so it must be time for another 10 days off, mustn't it? Yes, it must. Richard. See, I managed to use my pretend name instead of my real name on that occasion. Yeah, so I've got another 10 days off. Now, some of those things, well, I don't really know how they're going to go. I've got no particular plans. There's a couple of things I'm going to be doing. So, for example, I've got a Milton Keynes writing group meeting on Saturday, the 8th, and I think the 14th, I've got another Milton Keynes writing group. I think on the 17th, am I back at work then? I've got a few bits and pieces on anyway. The 19th, I've got another Daventry one. Anyway, but no, there are a few people that I've not maintained contact with very well. So I've got my friend that I went to, if you've been listening to this all year, I went to a friend's graduation in Phoenix in May and recorded several podcasts in Phoenix, Arizona. And I haven't really spoken. We've sent each other a couple of messages. We haven't really spoken to each other. So last night we were online at the same time. She goes, "Oh, can I call?" And we had a nice long chat, and we haven't had a proper chat like that for a while. And I was like, I've got to get up at 3:10, so this can't be too long. Yeah, an hour and 3/4 later, we stopped talking. And I think I should have talked to her much before I did. And it wasn't like we weren't talking, but yeah, that conversation should have happened well before today. And I feel yesterday, I feel slightly bad about that. And then the same with my other friend, the one that I haven't spoken to since July, really. That one's slightly different because it takes two to tango, and either of us could have made the effort. But as I said on this occasion, it was me. It seemed to go down quite well. It was really nice to catch up. And then there's a couple more that I haven't spoken to or seen for a while. And friendship is important. And I've got some really good friends. And there are some others that I really ought to sort of make the effort to get back in touch with. I can think of at least two. And one of them I might do the old turning up at random thing, like I did with my friend today, just because I knew they'd be at home. And that was nice. And then there's another one which would have to be more organised. But yeah, because it's just, people aren't as gittish as I kind of, in my head, I think they am. Think they are. So there we go. Musings on friendship. So tomorrow my plan is I haven't really done a lot of exercise over the last few days. I haven't been swimming, so my leg's quite sore, and I do know if I swim, my hip is better. Well, not better, but is a lot less painful. So I am going to go for either a swim or go to the gym tomorrow, and then the following day I'm going to do whatever I don't do tomorrow. So that's going to be good. And as I say, I've got another 9 days off after tomorrow. And then when I go back, I'm only working for 2 days before another 3. Then I've got a 9-day working block with 4 days off. And then I can only work another 11 days before my next fortnight off. So call me Mr. Part-Time. Anyway, it's been a good day, I think. And yeah. I think I sometimes wallow in miserablism and self-pity a little bit, and I need to make more of an effort, A, not to do that, and B, to stay in touch with people a bit better than occasionally I do. Anyway, I will shut the F up now. That's me done for today. I'll be back at some point tomorrow, hopefully having done some work on chapter 17 of Self-Portrait. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.